Pain is guaranteed in life. But here's the real question. Are you choosing the kind of suffering that builds up or the kind that slowly breaks you down? In this episode, we're going to talk about sacrifice, discipline, and why the hard path today is what buys you freedom tomorrow. Welcome back to the Marcus Allgood Show. I appreciate everybody listening, watching, and sharing the show. If you got any value out of this, please share with a friend. And if you need anything, just please reach out to me and ask any questions that you have. And one thing that really matters most is most people are trying to avoid pain at all costs. And that's just not what we need to do. You got to dig into the pain a lot of times to get to where you want to go. A lot of times the pain is what drives you to do something better in your life. And that's where you got to sit sometimes. Sit inside that pain and push forward. But avoiding pain is just trading today's discomfort for tomorrow's regret. It's almost like having a hangover and taking another drink right away just to get rid of that hangover. You're just delaying that hangover till the next day or later on in the day, depending on when you quit drinking. But the thing is, like, the reality is join in on that pain. Like, go all in on that pain and push through it. Because on the other side of pain is joy and comfort. On the other side of pain is joy and respect and gratitude and being grateful that you went through it. The truth is there are only two kinds of suffering: the pain of discipline, short-term, growth-focused, or the pain of regret, long-term, draining, and destructive. And we've talked about the two before. I usually like the fact that I go with the pain of discipline. It's the way I live my life. I've went through the pain of regret, and it's so much harder than just going through living your life disciplined. Don't listen to the naysayers that say, "Oh, why are you so disciplined?" They usually don't even use the word discipline, but like, "Why do you do this? Why do you eat the same thing every day? Why do you work out every day? Why don't you drink? Why don't you do this?" Because I'm disciplined enough and I'm going places that I want to go and I'm trying to reach my goals. That is why. If you go down that other path of regret, it's a hard path. It's hard to get out of, but you can do it by getting more disciplined and listening to this podcast, obviously. So the two paths we have is the hard path, the growth path. The hard path is now. Like, going through it now is the growth path. Waking up early to work out. I do that. Like, I wake up 4:30 to work out. You know why? Because during my day, something's going to interrupt it. Something's going to happen. Like, my kids are going to need something. The job's going to need something. My business is going to need something. Like, something is going to happen to where I can't work out during the day. So I sacrifice my sleep to get up early in the morning to work out. It's going to pay dividends in the long run. I'm going to be healthier. I'm going to be stronger. I'm going to show up for my family better. I'm going to be happier. All sorts of different reasons why I do it. Saying no to distractions. I say no often. Distractions can lead you down a path that you don't want to go down. It's going to take up all your time. You're not going to have any time afterwards. Investing time into learning, building, and saving. I saw somebody post the other day that their son graduated high school or college, and she said no more homework for him for the rest of his life. That's just untrue. Depending on what kind of job you get, depending if you want to do better for yourself, you're always constantly learning, and there's always technically homework because now it's all homework because you're doing it at home. Having uncomfortable conversations, those are probably the most hardest things to do. And we don't have them daily, but we do have them. But a lot of times the hard conversations are built up in your head, thinking that it's going to go a different way because you're going back and forth, thinking what the other person's saying. But most of the time, it never ends up that way. Just had that hard conversation, and you're going to be like, "Oh, that wasn't so bad at all." Short-term pain, but leads to strength, freedom, and pride. Working out, short-term pain, but it always makes you stronger. The easy path, the comfort zone, hitting snooze, skipping workouts. Hitting snooze is probably the worst thing you do. One of my employees just said she snoozed for 20 minutes today. That's 20 more minutes that she could have got up and did something, read a book, read a few pages, worked out, did all sorts of different things, but instead she snoozed it. Snooze, you lose. That's where it comes from. Like, hitting that snooze button, you don't want to hit that snooze button. It just takes time. And then you're just angry because you already woke yourself up. If you're angry the first time you woke up, now you're just doing it 3 or 4 more times. It's not fun. Saying yes to everyone and everything. Definitely say no. We went over that the other day on the podcast. Choosing temporary pleasure over long-term purpose. Drugs, alcohol, um, mouthgasms with different kinds of foods, things like that. That's going to really hurt you. That's going to be in your comfort zone. Avoiding hard decisions, hoping they'll just go away. We've all done that. Maybe they'll just go away. Maybe I just won't have to think about it. Maybe I just won't have to answer that question. And boom, here it is again. It keeps rearing its rear head, keeps coming back at you all the time. Like, just answer it, make it happen, make the decision, make it go away by making the decision. Feel good now, but slowly ease at your confidence, health, and potential. It's on a downward spiral when you sit in that comfort zone. If you're not growing, you're going backwards in life. So get with it, start learning, start growing, make the hard decisions, get uncomfortable, and move forward. So how would you choose the right suffering? Identify what's breaking you. Where are you paying for comfort with your future? This is the question you need to ask yourself. If you have most of the time your brain's gonna come up with the answer. So really think about deep about it and sit with it like 1 to 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, and write down some of the answers that your brain comes up with, and you're gonna find out what's hurting, what your most comfort zone is, all sorts of different questions. And you gotta reframe the pain. Discipline isn't punishment, it's proof you're growing. It's gonna be okay. Like, the more pain you're in, the more you're growing. And we're in pain all the time. I mean, especially when you're working out, you're going to be in pain. Growing at the job, growing at your business. Some of the hardest times are the lowest points that you've ever had in your life. And most of the time, you've always come out on top. Or actually, if you're still alive, you come out on top. Start small. Choose one daily action that's uncomfortable but aligns with your goals. Pick anything. Waking up early, 5 minutes early, 2 minutes early. Anything that you want. Just go ahead and pick it. Choose something small. And if you got any questions about it, just let me know. Measure freedom, not ease. Ask, will this choice give me more freedom or more regret later? And if it gives you more regret later, don't do it. If it gives you more freedom, lean all into it and go for it. Make it happen. So, all my closing thoughts today about the pod. Life will give you pain no matter what. But one kind turns into strength and pride. The other turns into regret and shame. Every yes and no you say today is casting a vote. Make sure you're voting with the version of you that's free. Make sure you pick the growth phase. Don't pick the comfort phase. We've all been there. It's not comfortable. I mean, it's comfortable, but it's not the right one to choose. Choose the hard now and live a better life later on in life. All right, that's the pod. I appreciate everybody listening, and have a great day.